He lost his balls. She gained psychic powers. Together, they're fighting ghosts, aliens, and trauma. Here's everything you need to know about Season 1 of Dandadan. Momo Ayase, a high school girl who believes in ghosts, meets a nerdy schoolmate, Okarun, who believes in aliens. They start arguing about which one is not real. To settle their argument, they dare each other. Okarun visits a haunted tunnel and Momo an abandoned hospital to prove their respective beliefs. Momo is abducted by perverted aliens called serpoians, who want to reproduce with their banana. Momo fights against their abilities while Okarun is possessed by a powerful, fast-moving spirit known as Turbo Granny, who steals his banana and vows to return it if he can beat her in a race. Okarun, while possessed by Turbo Granny, joins the fight between Momo and the serpoians. Momo accidentally awakens her latent psychic abilities. Momo uses her newfound powers to fight off the aliens, crashing their UFO, and stabilizes Turbo Granny with his new power. They realize both supernatural entities exist. Okarun is still under Turbo Granny's curse, transforming into a monstrous form and struggling to control his power. Momo uses her psychic abilities to help keep him from going berserk. However, after removing the talisman from the gate, they are attacked by the Flatwoods monster, an alien resembling a giant sumo wrestler, who traps them in a bizarre pocket dimension. Okarun fully unleashes his possessed form, channeling Turbo Granny's power to fight back. Momo tries to support him with her emerging psychic abilities, but they still struggle to overpower the creature. Just when things seem hopeless, Momo comes up with a wild, spur-of-the-moment idea and manages to outsmart the Flatwoods monster by letting herself get slammed into the wall to reach the other side of the gate. There, she quickly puts the talisman back in place. As a result, they successfully escape the pocket dimension, though Momo collapses from exhaustion and faints. Seiko, Momo's grandmother, arrives just in time to subdue the fully possessed Okarun, who is struggling under the overwhelming influence of Turbo Granny. She reveals a shocking truth. Turbo Granny has fused with a much stronger entity, a location-bound crab spirit from the haunted tunnel, making her far more powerful and difficult to defeat. Seiko explains that the only way to lift the curse and retrieve Okarun's stolen banana is to challenge Turbo Granny to a game of tag, a supernatural contest that will test their speed, wit, and endurance. Determined to save Okarun, Momo and Okarun enter the eerie, dimly lit tunnel to face Turbo Granny in their unconventional duel. Together, they quickly strategize a plan. Lure Turbo Granny away from her domain to the outskirts of the city, where her supernatural powers would be weakened due to the loss of the spirit's tether to the location. Using her growing psychic abilities, Momo skillfully distracts Turbo Granny, leading her on a high-speed chase through dark tunnels and onto a speeding train. The chase is intense, with Turbo Granny using her ghostly powers to try to catch them, while Momo and Okarun rely on quick thinking and teamwork to stay ahead. At a critical moment, Seiko uses an ancient talisman to trap Turbo Granny, weakening the spirit enough for Momo and Okarun to finally capture her. As the spirit dissipates, the curse on Okarun is lifted, and he is freed from Turbo Granny's possession. After their victory against Turbo Granny, Momo and Okarun navigate their awkward but growing bond. However, Okarun reveals a shocking truth. Although he has regained his banana, his kintama, testicles, are still missing. Concerned, they consult Seiko once again. She performs a ritual to extract a part of Turbo Granny's consciousness, which then transfers into a Maneki Neko, Lucky Cat, doll. The doll-possessed Turbo Granny explains that Okarun's ability to transform into his yokai form is now his own inherent power, further strengthened and infused with Seiko's spiritual energy. Momo, Okarun, and the Maneki Neko-possessed Turbo Granny set out to find Okarun's missing kintama, Aira Shiratori, who believes Momo is an evil spirit and tries to exorcise her. While attempting to do so, Aira wields a mysterious golden ball that made her to see invisible entities and spirits. It is soon revealed that during the previous battle, Aira accidentally picked up one of Okarun's kintama, which in turn awakened her own spiritual powers. Meanwhile, a powerful spirit known as Acrobatic Silky, who believes herself to be Aira's mother, appears, fiercely protective of Aira. This human-like spirit views Momo as a threat. Okarun and Turbo Granny rush to assist Momo, but Acrobatic Silky swallows Okarun first, followed by Aira, and then Momo. Inside acrobatic Silky, Momo uses a cross-shaped lighter to ignite the spirit's hair, which helps them escape from her mouth. Okarun begins to lead Era out, while Momo confronts acrobatic Silky, with Okarun assisting her in the fight. At the end of the battle, they discover that Aira has died. Acrobatic Silky offers to connect her aura with Aira's, promising to bring her back to life. Momo uses her psychic abilities to link them, and during this process, she glimpses acrobatic Silky's memories, uncovering her tragic past as a single mother who resorted to prostitution to support her daughter and pay off debts. Era comes back to life as acrobatic Silky disperses into dust. As Momo, Okarun, and Aira begin to grow closer, their emotional connections deepen after the harrowing battle with acrobatic Silky. However, their brief peace is shattered when the Serpoians reappear, using their advanced alien technology to trap the trio in a surreal, distorted dimension known as empty space. Within this chaotic dimension, two new alien beings make their debut: Nessie, a massive eel-like UMA, and the Dover Demon, a cryptid-like humanoid alien with razor-sharp reflexes. However, the Serpoians quickly turn the tables, using powerful psychokinesis to immobilize him. Helpless, Okarun is restrained as the aliens prepare to extract his yokai powers, along with his banana, through a terrifying surgical procedure. Just when all hope seems lost, Era awakens to her full potential, her powers fully unleashed through the spiritual bond with acrobatic Silky. Radiating overwhelming energy, she bursts onto the scene with a flurry of acrobatic and psychic attacks, breaking Okarun free and pummeling the crab-bodied alien into the ground. In the chaos of the escape, Okarun ends up completely nude, scrambling to cover himself, much to everyone's shock and embarrassment. Momo crashes in shortly after, disrupting the Serpoians' powers with her own telekinesis. This allows Okarun to transform and fight back. The trio, Momo, Okarun, and Era, now fully synchronized, battle through the watery void. They're briefly overwhelmed when the Serpoians initiate a grotesque fusion. Nessie, the crab-bodied Serpoian, and Dover Demon merge into a monstrous chimera with enhanced strength, size, and resilience. To turn the tide, Momo uses her psychic abilities to drain the surrounding water, weakening the chimera's compressed attacks. Era binds the creature's gill-like neck with her spiritual hair, while Okarun speeds along it, empowered by Turbo Granny's boost, and slices the monster clean in half. With the fused monster defeated, the dimension collapses, and the trio is unceremoniously dumped back into their school hallway, soaking wet and dressed only in underwear, due to Momo's quick-thinking plan for agility in water. Their sudden, half-naked appearance causes a panic among classmates and the school nurse, prompting the trio to flee to the infirmary. Just as they begin to relax, the battered Dover Demon reappears, bleeding white alien milk. Surprisingly, he reveals he only fought to fund his son's rare blood transfusion. Touched, Seiko analyzes his blood and confirms it's actually milk. She then gives him a dairy cow from a neighbor, allowing Dover Demon to return peacefully, deeply grateful. Seiko agrees to buy new uniforms for the trio. Momo's childhood friend Gigi reappears in her life and moves into her house. Meanwhile, a strange anatomical model named Taro appears at school, causing chaos as he swiftly runs through the school and city. Momo tries to stop him using her psychic powers, but Taro's speed and ability to disassemble make him difficult to capture. Okarun, transformed into his Turbo Granny form, joins the chase, and together they track Taro to a junkyard. There, Taro reunites with Hana, a female anatomical model discarded in the trash. He expresses his deep love for her, revealing that meeting Hana brought meaning to his previously dull existence. This heartfelt moment helps Okarun realize his own feelings for Momo. Gigi confides in Momo that ever since moving to a new house in a hot springs district, strange and terrifying things have been happening. Seiko agrees to help, but assigns the exorcism task to Momo instead. Okarun, though visibly uneasy, tags along, his discomfort growing once he learns Gigi was Momo's first love. This revelation introduces a wave of romantic tension and jealousy between the boys. Upon arrival at Gigi's home, Momo initially senses nothing unusual. Still, she remains on guard, suspecting the spirit may be hiding. She decides to visit the nearby hot springs, leaving Okarun and Gigi behind. Left alone, the two boys engage in small talk that gradually turns competitive, with a friendly soccer match escalating into a subtle rivalry for Momo's attention. In a moment of tension, Gigi puts Okarun in a playful headlock, during which Okarun notices an architectural inconsistency in the hallway. Meanwhile, at the hot springs, Momo finds herself in an awkward and dangerous situation when a group of sleazy men informs her it's a mixed-gender bath. As she tries to leave, they block her way and eventually push her underwater, leading to a deeply unsettling scene that hints at further danger. Back at the house, Okarun and Gigi investigate the anomaly he spotted earlier. Breaking through a suspicious wall, they discover a hidden room plastered with old talismans, strong evidence of spiritual sealing. This room was clearly designed to contain a powerful entity, confirming that something sinister still lingers in the house. The season ends on a chilling cliffhanger. Momo remains in peril at the hot springs, and the boys have unwittingly unleashed something potentially dangerous from within Gigi's house. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the ride. If you want more recaps like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know what anime you want to see next.